Nestled on the banks of the Hudson River, Michie Stadium. It will play host to some of the nation's finest today and another thrilling edition of Army football. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of squads from the American. As we'll see, the Temple Owls taking on the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. About to kick it off and get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Army Black Knights offense takes the field to start this game off. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
They'll run the option. The pitch. Picks up the first down, still moving. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Really good-looking run. And when you play Army, you know these guys offensively, they are always so dialed into their rushing attack. Everybody understands their assignment and responsibility. It doesn't matter if they're running the option. It doesn't matter if they're doing it out of the spread. They know who they need to block. And as a defense, you better limit your mental errors, or you're going to have a hard time slowing this rushing attack down.
So after the first down run, here's second down. Off play action. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Black Knights will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So the Temple Owls offense has the ball for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Guys, let's think for just a moment about Temple. For a lot of schools facing the hill they climb, you have to work the portal. But don't sleep on the high school recruiting either, David. They got a good 3-star running back just this past week.
Yeah, and you create some excitement, you create some momentum. These are the kind of guys that, man, they come in right away. They got a chance to play. Like, you're telling them the future's going to be bright. We're trying to build something special. We just need you.
Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The give to the fullback. Can't get him to the ground. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Guys, let's give a little context to where Army is. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough. But it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away. And if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star the ball.
And the Black Knights send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The toss sweep to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message.
Wow.
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Black Knights!
The quarterbacks in zone coverage, they have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You can tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Virginia is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Wake Forest. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Phyllis?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Let's talk for just a second about Temple. Recruiting starting to pick up a little bit for them, Jesse. I'm sure you saw they got a 3-star quarterback last week. And for a program like this, that can be a great building block.
That was a massive win for them. There were so many bigger programs after this guy, and yet he ended up here. And because of that, he is now a key building block, not just for this offense, but for the team moving forward. Lots of people very excited. And a lot of people expect to win right now just because of how good this 3-star QB is.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Back to throw, it's Simon. Finds the tight end. Still on his feet. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Owls are on the move.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big third down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
And the incomplete pass will wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Army has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Let's go. From the gun to give, looking for room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Temple lines up quickly. A designed run for the quarterback. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. Go straight ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. Looking to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture. After such a long drive, so many first downs, you've gotten right.
Touchdown Owls! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Extra point here will tie the game.
Tell you what, as a defensive back, as a defensive player, you know, down here near the goal line, I got to get tight on my guys. I can't give away the easy stuff like that. Too easy near the goal line for that pitch and catch.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Let's look at the big picture for Army. Can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, turning it on, gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Black Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. Guys, let's give a little context to where Army is. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive line. A guy like that that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Gets the back moving. Now the pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Really good job by this offense, understanding where the sticks are. It's third down and short. The QB makes the pitch. Good, accurate pitch.
Got the first down and more. That's exactly what you'd expect from this brave old Army team, getting it done on the ground.
Yeah, they know who they are. They know what they want to do, and they're going to run the football at you early and often in this football game.
And the Black Knights kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. On the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know, the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well enough.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Grabbed behind the line, it's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with that field goal, now have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The run from the shotgun. Makes it past the marker. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll leave it with him. Turns it on in midfield. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Good enough for a first down.
Back to throw, it's Simon. Lost one deep down the right side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it,
What's
next
your
time he
fucking
tries to
ball?
go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Temple lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that. Breaks into the open. Bulldozes his way through.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a big-time play for this defense. Backed up, they come after the quarterback, and they get a hit, and it's a physical one. Get the football out, and man, do they set their offense up with great field position inside the 10-yard line.
Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass, it's Simon. Makes the grab. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his big tight end. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw for it. Makes the catch. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. Snap in the shotgun. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Owls! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Leaves it with the back. Fights off a defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, one thing we can always count on is a great atmosphere in West Point. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Hudson inside venerable Michie Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Black Knights will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll open the second half on the ground. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space. It's Worthy. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Scanning the field, it's Simon. Finds his tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Brought down.
He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Temple lining up to punt it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Reed. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. It's a new chapter at quarterback for Army after Bryson Daly's historic season led the nation with 32 touchdowns on the ground. Army had 12 wins, a school record. With Daly now a commissioned officer in the Army. Time for next man up, Jesse.
Yeah, and you're going to have to be able to run the football. You're going to have to be able to make great decisions, though, in the option game, which I think is something a lot of times we take for granted. It's not just making good decisions throwing it, but understanding when to dive, when to keep it, when to pitch. That's what...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Black Knights will send out the punt unit.
Number 46 on to punt it away.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Looking to throw, it's Simon. Throws for the tight end. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Owls come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. option look. It's Coleman.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Black Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. We've come to the end of the period, and Temple is holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Reading the option, it's Coleman.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Army! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
That is complimentary football at its finest. The defense gets the turnover. The offense punctuates it, uses it to their advantage, takes the lead late in the football game. Now that defense, it just gave you a good stop. They need another one for you.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. This drive will open from the 15. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. The Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. On the option. He'll pitch it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Simon. He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver, the intended target. And as a result, that ball's incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The short hands, it's Clark. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. And the Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tough physical. Hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. The play action fake. Bringing the heat. That's reeled in. It's Smith. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
You gotta like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Complete out of the backfield. They get him on the ground, but he's got enough to give Temple the first down.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that fourth down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by one possession.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Simon.
How do you drop that?
Throw there. Incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And that's just a ball he has to catch. As a tight end, you know you're going to be working the middle of the field all game long. And when you have opportunities like that, man, you got to make them count.
Fires to the right. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Dead center perfect. All tied up here in the 4th quarter.
And this kicker has ice water in his veins. 4th quarter, you need to make the field goal to tie it up, and that kid just drilled it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the option. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Coleman. Pressure coming. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And the Black Knights will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's...
Touchdown, Owls! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for them.
Coming out with it, it's Benson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Finds his man. It's short. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. To the air, it's Coleman. Sets up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. They'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Fortner. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped with a 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. And the offense just going to spike it here.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Got to find a completion on this one. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?